earlier than expected to acknowledge some guests that have actually honored us. It is not easy to bring people that have little or nothing to do with your engagement to come here and grace your occasion and even support us as scientists. In not any order, but let me start with His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kaduna State. I think we have seen, let me not go into that track today. Recent happenings have shown that this governor is a lover of this university. This governor loves ABU. We are watching from a distance and is really taking ABU at heart and is beginning to show a lot of concern and intervention for this university. And for us here, he sent two people are here. One, a professor of chemical engineering, actually is in industrial chemistry. People don't know that chemical engineering was industrial chemistry. Is it not? Yes, chemical engineering was started as industrial chemistry in this faculty. So he's actually one of us, the Director General of Quality Assurance. To have come to represent the governor, I think it is really heartwarming that the governor really takes us serious and is really full support. Supporting him is the senior assistant, senior advisor, senior SSA,
Senior Special Assistant.
Senior Special Assistant on Student Matters, who only until recently I've been engaging with him on geology. I just realized that he just changed portfolio, but he used to be the MD of Kaduna State Mining Company Limited. And mining, you know, in today's world, everybody must keep in. When you allow Trump to continue doing what he's doing, then we must take geology serious. Because it is our geology that Trump wants, not our people. That's the truth. Yes, you people can go to rubbish. He's smelling geology around the world. And not only him. Time has come. So please, that's the value of where we are today. Whether we like it or not, time has come for us to start coming together, addressing our problems of energy, of whatever it is that the modern times has brought. Honorable Babao is a friend, if there is anything more than friend, to this university. I'm surprised even to see him, apart from helping the university at a higher level, he is even coming down to faculty level. I'm told he has really been of support to this faculty. Honorable Babao, may Allah continue to give you good health, long life, and good positions for you to continue to help us. Alumni President, I'm not surprised. But to be honest, I've forgotten all what he said about me. But I know there is no Vice Chancellor that should play with his alumni association. Alumni to a university, everything. Whether we are in here as lecturers or we are outside as whatever we are, as students in studying now, we are all under the alumni. So he is now Oga Patapata here. Yes, that's the truth. And it's one person that I know has been in this business alumni management for quite a long time. And certainly he has generated a lot of experience, and we are seeing it now, how concerned he is. I never knew he was actually also Gio Garba's student. I hope you didn't. But that is good, very good. You know, go round again, you are home. Thank you very much, Ahmadu Bello. Let me also appreciate the representatives of His Royal Highness, the Emir of Zaria. Certainly, our father, Emir, nothing we can say enough about him. We can only thank him. And look at today, because he's not coming himself, he sent even 2 top royalties from his palace to represent him. Please, we acknowledge your presence. We thank you very much, and please convey our appreciation also to His Royal Highness, the Emir of Zaria. Thank you very much. Lastly, he's supposed to be the first. My Oga Patakota, the Vice Chancellor, represented by, don't mind DVCO. I shouldn't say that because it's my Deputy Vice Chancellor now. But you know, one thing about ABU is that it's a place, it's a reservoir of people of all sorts. There are the good, there are the bad, there are the ugly. I don't want to say there are three sunnies in this university also. I don't want to go that far. But there are people that are consistent, because in life, whatever you do, be consistent. Even if you are a bad person, please be consistently bad. Yes. Because people will trust you now. Yes. People will trust you so that that man is a bad person, oh, let me keep away. But if today you are good, tomorrow you are bad, those are the dangerous part of society. You know, since the Vice Chancellor is not here, I won't talk about him, but the Deputy Vice Chancellor that you see sitting there, Professor Bello Sabo, is one of the few people that made my life easy during my administration in this university. You will never see his face on anything. You will never see him. But behind the scene is somebody that you can always fall back to. I will tell you why. The difficulty I had breaking physical science was not, breaking business Congo was World War II. Yes, because we wanted to create ABU Business School. We said we must bring Congo to join economics here and form the business school. How can you do business without economics? And the two are in different faculties. There was no synergy. And then we have this edifice given by Central Bank and ICANN, ANAN. They've all contributed towards ABU Business School. So how can we not develop a business school in ABU? And how do you do it? These Congo people are as conservative as anything. Some said, I'm breaking something that Sadona fixed. I told them, I said, may God bless his soul. Even if he was alive today, will he leave you how you are now? You think he will be so backward not to think that time has come to move forward? In fact, at that time, there was no space in Congo to put even a single building. Not a single building. Even ICANN brought lecture theater. There was no space, so they took it to BUK. So how can you allow university to run in that backward integration go? So I had to rely on people like Mr. Bello Sabo, who were the leaders, but progressive in mind, to really understand and so reason and supported everything and see where we are today. Business school in ABU is flourishing. So that's why I now say, look, he is saying good about me, I'm saying better things about him. So I'm sure appointing you as Deputy Vice Chancellor is not by accident. You deserve it. You are one of the few people that, not few, one of the many people that we have that are really good and will remain good. I wish you successful tenure in your office. And please extend our goodwill also to the Vice Chancellor. So for others like me, let me just say I thank you all for coming. I don't have to mention you name by name. There are too many of you there. Big men, too many big men on high table. So please, the audience, I wish you all the best. Relax. Enjoy the conference. Please don't start to run away after the opening ceremony, because the value of the conference is your attendance. I thank you very much all. And on this note, it's my honor to declare the 44th International Conference of the World Society of Physical Scientists, Zazzau 2026, open. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Sir, please, another round of applause for the chairman of today's occasion, the former Vice Chancellor of Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, Professor Ibrahim Garba. Quickly before we proceed, may I also acknowledge the presence of the president of the Physical Science Association, Idris Usman Ahmad. You're welcome. You're welcome. And then may I also acknowledge the presence of the Dean Faculty of Social Sciences, Professor Shamsuddin Mohammed. You're welcome, sir. The chairman, sir. The next item is supposed to be The next item is the keynote address by the keynote speaker for today, the person of the Honorable Commissioner of Education, Kaduna State, Professor Abubakar Sani Sambo, who is here ably represented by Dr. Muhammad Kaisan Usman. Earlier, or rather, based on the agenda, we were supposed to take the citation, but based on protocol, sir, citations are not taken in absentia, so we just proceed with the keynote speech. Thank you. Yes, sir. The time allotted for the presentation is 30 minutes, sir. 30 minutes, yes. So maximum 30 minutes, yes. If you can do less, it's fine, sir. Thank you. Now, before we continue, let me also acknowledge the presence of Garkuang Ayukan Zazo, Engineer Valeriba Musa. You're welcome, sir. Yes, sir. The keynote speaker is Professor Abubakar Sani Sambo, Honorable Commissioner of Education, Kaduna State, and he is here ably represented by one of our own, an associate professor here in Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Faculty of Engineering, Professor Muhammad Usman Kaisan. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My voice is running away, but I will try everything humanly possible to speak to my best. Permit me to skip the protocol because I will have said I want to stand on the existing protocol. But going by my body mass index, if I stand on the protocol, it may collapse. So let's skip the protocol, please. Yeah. The keynote is entitled Enhance Energy Security as the basis for sustainable economic growth in Nigeria. And the presenter is supposed to be an emeritus professor, Abubakar Sani Sambo, an alumnus of Department of Mechanical Engineering, Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, one-time director, Sokoto Energy Research Center, one-time DVC Academy, UDUS, one-time Vice Chancellor ATBU, one-time Vice Chancellor KASU, former Director General, Energy Commission of Nigeria, former Special Advisor to the President, Goodluck Jonathan on Energy, and currently an Emeritus Professor in the Faculty of Engineering and Environmental Design with UDUS, also serving as a Commissioner of Education in Kaduna State, as well as the President of the highest scientific society in Nigeria, the Nigeria Academy of Science. I'm here to represent him as his mentee. As observed, I am Kaisan Muhammad Usman, a leader with the Department of Mechanical Engineering in Ahmadu Bello University. I have some few fellowships: Solar Energy Society of Nigeria, Automotive and Locomotive Engineers Institutes, Nigerian Young Academy, and African Society for Engineering Management. I have worked briefly with Ashaka Cement PLC, Standards Organization of Nigeria, the Energy Commission of Nigeria in Red. That was where I was mentored by Professor Sambo, and currently a staff of the university, part of which I went on sojourn hire to Maseni for 2 years. So my own isn't incidental or coincidental as an academic, but somehow I spent only 10 full active years in the university. Thank you, Professor Ibrahim Garba, for signing my transfer of service from Energy Commission of Nigeria. This is the outline or the content of the presentation. We have it as written here. And as a matter of introduction, the next voice you'll hear is the voice of Professor Abubakar Sani Sambo. He ought to be here, and I had the opportunity of contacting him by the command of the LOC since October, and he promised and accepted to be here. But a bigger assignment came from African Union Development Authority. They are holding an innovation summit. He wanted to skip sincerely, but they had to book his flight and everything. He had to leave yesterday. And if you find out there are hitches in the lecture, the slides were sent to me yesterday, less than 24 hours ago. So I will try my possible best as a mentee to see what we can deliver. And he also congratulates the society for growing so rapidly. That is the Nigerian Society for Physical Sciences. You see, we are talking of energy. Energy is an inevitable parameter in determining a nation's economy, and is one of the indicators for sustainable growth and development. Energy supply to the nations must be conducted in a reputable and sustainable manner in such a way that it does not tamper with our food security, it does not cause any environmental catastrophe, and it does not compete with our right to shelter. Nigeria now is a signatory to an IEA convention, that is International Energy Convention, as far back as 2021. On the 26th Climate Change Conference of the United Nations, FCC, we agreed as a country that by the year 2040, we'll attain net zero emission. And how possible is this? We'll stop gas flaring, at 2040 and attain net zero emission at 2060. This has been reconfirmed in the 27th and the 28th Convention of the International Energy Agency. So our leaders have committed the country. It's the work of scientists, engineers, and technical crew to actualize alongside the policy makers and the key players in the industry what our country has committed globally. You can see the global roadmap for energy transition as recommended by the International Energy Agency. What we have here is energy distribution by the sectors, key sectors like building, transport, industry, electricity and heat, from now to 2050. And we agree that, as we said earlier, that Nigeria aims to reduce 45% of greenhouse gas emission by 2030 and up to 90% by 2050. The gas commercialization will continue until 2030, followed by gradual phase out of the fossil fuels. The plan is estimated to create up to 340,000 new jobs by 2030 and 840,000 by 2050. So our graduating members, you have to stand out to be one of those that will enjoy this employment. There is a supposed investment of up to 19 trillion or 1.9 trillion US dollar in the sector as at 2060 based on our developmental agenda. Now, the Nigerian Energy Transition Plan targets net zero emission by 2060 as mentioned. It aims, okay, these captions have been mentioned. All we have is a sectoral presentation of how the mix of the energy mix will be. Now, what is the paradox that defines the Nigerian's future? Imagine powering Africa's largest economy. That is Nigeria. But yet, over 85 million Nigerians lack reliable electricity based on the World Bank report of 2025. There are 4 core dimensions for defining energy security. There are availability, to make the energy available, then accessibility, to make sure that it's accessible to all, including our rural dwellers, people on the island and highlands, and affordability. That is where one of the greatest challenges is, because the country's distribution companies have now segmented their customers into bandits. They call them band A, band B, band C, band D, and so on. And the electricity is not even available, and the tariff is very, very high. Another one is acceptability. It has to be acceptable by all. I'm not sure that the customers are happy with the current tariff plan. And I'm not sure that the distribution companies are happy with the ongoing multi-year tariff order, especially with the issue of energy theft, meter bypass, and so on. There are vast resources of up to 37 billion barrels of oil reserves in the country. We have about 206 trillion carbon feet of gas. The solar irradiation is up to between 1,600 to 2,200 kilowatt hour per meter square per year. Then why should there be energy crisis in Nigeria? We said the access to electricity is less than 61% based on 2023 World Bank report. About 86 million without access, as estimated. The installed capacity is about 13.265 megawatt based on 2025 report by IEA. And there are so many issues, even though the installed capacity is up to 13.6, but the actual energy is within 5,200 to 5,500 megawatts based on the report of the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission of 2025. The results this results to chronic outages, self-generation, reliance where generators, the generators cost what? So much for the household. Now we are advocating moving to renewable. But the renewable energy policy is there. Implementation is now an issue. There are so many issues. We'll skip some for the benefit of time. But these issues come with dreadful consequences. Consequences of the energy insecurity. There is economic reduced industrial output, business closures, relocation of some major industries, which leads to what? Joblessness and exports dependent, disadvantages, like the capital flight. A company that produces within the country now, you have to go and purchase and import with heavy duties, with taxes and the rest. Then there are social issues like the poor healthcare, less quality education. Thank God the quality assurance people are here. We believe they are doing their best, but we need to all prop up and support the idea of energy security. The issue of environment, we know we have deforestation issues. People are cutting off biomass, that is our trees, in the name of biomass, charcoal, and the rest for cooking. Then we know this has to come with a lot of consequences, which would undermine competitiveness and poverty reduction. Nigeria has a very good institutional framework on energy policies. You can see the Energy Commission of Nigeria has developed national energy policy in 2003, then revised 2013, and revised again 2023, very current. We have National Energy Efficiency Action Plan. We have National Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency Policy, cogently developed by Federal Ministry of Power and the Energy Commission of Nigeria. We have National Energy Master Plan on how those policy documents can be achieved. We have the Petroleum Industry Act. We have the Electricity Development Act, and even some that are off these slides, like the National Biofuels Policy and Incentive Documents signed by the Federal Executive Council on the 30th of June 2007, developed by NSPS on how to blend biofuels, either bioethanol or biodiesel into PMS and diesel respectively by 10 and 20%. But all these are in shambles. What I have here is the global overview of an aerial image of the whole world in the night. Check the position of Africa and look at where Nigeria is. You will see the light areas are mostly Europe and area of the Asian tigers, and Africa and some other allies are in full darkness. What does that signify? It means we are faced with high energy insecurity. From the report of the International Energy Agency 2019, Nigeria had an electricity access rate of 62%, which made it number 17 out of the world 55 African nations. In Africa, we have the highest population, but in terms of energy, we are number 17 by IEA ranking 2019. Now, what is the real energy supply situation in Nigeria? We have to note that Nigeria electricity access, as we said, is 62% and is about 14,000 megawatt capacity. However, there is generation capacity of 7,500 megawatts, which cut across about different sectors. Electricity dispatched to the grid for distribution consumes is a range of 4,000 to 5,000. And for it to be the world average, we need to improve the figure by at least 2.6 kilowatts, which will require about 59,000 megawatt generation. That is per capita. There was a study conducted by the World Energy Council, which Professor Sambo was the vice chairman then. And some of the major findings were there were inadequate infrastructure on ground, and there is low local content in terms of the energy generation, transmission, and distribution in the country. There is inadequate indigenous human and manufacturing capacities, shortage of funds for the investment, inadequacies in energy policies, lack of good governance, and so on. There is also apparent slowness in the implementation of Electricity Act of 2023. We are already 3 years beyond schedule. Nigeria has been endowed with so many energy resources. Check the table here. You can see we have light crude, natural gas, coal and lignite, tar gas. That is where the miners are bragging, like my able teacher and professor. All these have to be exploited through mining. Then small hydropower and light hydropowers are potentials. We have a very high level of solar irradiation. Then fuel wood, animal waste, and some energy crops like jatropha, canola, and so on, sunflower, and what have you. Yet, we are still faced with energy crisis. Then where is the issue coming from? Now, this slide is a pictorial picture of Nigerian oil and gas infrastructure by the extreme left. At the middle is the Trans-Saharan gas pipeline project. And you can see that there are plans for enhanced use of Nigerian gas in the nation, for export to Europe, supported by African Union, and for export to West Africa, and Europe, supported by ECOWAS. One of the issues is, now Nigeria is transiting towards gas energy supply, especially in automobile sector. The president has established presidential initiative on compressed natural gas, which they intended to convert over 1 million vehicles into CNG. Let me tell you, as an active player in that industry, because I own a business there, since April last year, 18 to 10 months, no kits have been distributed to the conversion centers. Are we really going to achieve this? It's a rhetorical question. Next. Sure, you gave me 30. My system reads, I don't want to argue. I have spent only, 12 minutes. Oh no, 17 minutes. Okay. Look at it, it's time. Out of 30. I have 13 minutes left. Yes. Paper will be shared. Yes. The paper will be shared as the chairman instructed. But all I want to point out is the essence of keynote in a conference is to set direction for those who are going to separate technical sessions, to make useful deliberation and bring out key, communique points that will be useful to the country. So it's not more of ceremonial. That was why I didn't observe protocol. But I will abide by the instruction. Let me see if I can move. We have the wind resources map. You see it here. All these are some of the endowed natural resources we have in the country. This is hydro map. This is small hydro map of the country. And that is what I want to do, sir. Maybe three. Maybe three. Okay. These are some of the other energy resources. But, one thing with me is I hardly get scared, even though I have a lot of my teachers here and my employers, but I have to abide by the time. That was why I timed my system. But for the sake of progress, we'll see how we'll crash through. Now, from the foregoing, energy security is absolutely necessary for economic growth and development of all nations. Reliable energy supplies are needed for supporting industrial production of all types, powering businesses, powering water supply systems, powering homes to ensure good living standards. Issue of higher energy prices is one of our challenges. The cost of installation of the renewables and the cost of sustenance, as well as the social values or social vibes attached to the energy generation. The major factors that affect energy security can be identified as transformational leadership to ensure that nation develops and maintains its energy infrastructure, the economic growth as it drives energy demand, which can lead to the energy insecurity if not handled adequately, issue of energy efficiency and conservation, then technical innovations, and so on. Here we have some steps to expand our energy mix in the country. Oh, is it technical or tactical that the slides are not showing? Okay. So, the paper has been written by an emeritus professor. I'm just trying my best as his mentee to speak the way it will be concise. I want to quickly rush to conclusion now. Maybe I will do some slideshow for some seconds. As I move, I will just be moving because the chairman LOC is also on my neck, the chairman of the conference on my head, and the MC. So, yes, only alumni present is with me now. I want to move to conclusion. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So let me see. These are the conclusion slides, about 3 of them. But before then, let me tell you just my own understanding of them in 1 second. The second has passed. Okay. To conclude my conclusions conclusively, I will emphasize my emphasis emphatically on one point. That point is that for a nation to achieve energy security, that is to be fully energized, then we have to sensitize, we have to sensitize, we have to strategize, we have to economize, we have to optimize, we have to maximize, and we have to optimally utilize all the available energy resources, putting in the background the political will by the leader. Thank God the leader of the ruling party is here. Our leaders must have political will to support the drive, and the research and development done within the academia must be commercialized. Commercialization of research will lead to total energy dependency. I thank you so much for the opportunity given to me to present this.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you see, when you keep somebody within his area of performance, so your last closing words, Keza, said it all. You know, you are laboring yourself on somebody else's paper, which the time will not do justice to the content. And if he was here, you probably had also shortened it to respect the time given. But since it's not your paper, well, you've tried your best. But if the paper is available, people can also access it. And like I said, if the LOC find it necessary, they can also create a session tomorrow or any other day for a more thorough presentation and discussion. In fact, this paper is so important. How I wish it was someone that came here and presented it in person. It's so rich and so controversial. I, for one, Professor Sambo knows that whenever these matters come up, we have our own opinion, and credibly so. You see, sometimes we don't have to scare ourselves. Sometimes we scare ourselves to the point we die before our time. There are certain obvious dangers coming, but what it requires is careful, planned thinking and action. Unfortunately for us, with all due apologies to our leaders here, Nigeria has remained a senseless country. All these policies, acts, whether they don't translate to nothing. Sometimes deliberately, sometimes we do the act, we don't even know what is in the act. We do the policy, we don't even know what is contained in the policy, and we go and do things in our own way. This energy deficit, Nigeria is the capital of energy poverty in the world when compared to the resources that we have. So all the semantics of net zero will not apply to this country. A country where hundreds of millions of people, including us on the high table, are using firewood to cook. We still don't have the privilege of using gas. Maybe Honorable and DG, they have unlimited gas supply. But to be honest, this craze for wood, firewood, and charcoal is what is going to kill this country. Because we are devastating our forests. And there is no end to it. Every time the firewood and charcoal is getting even more expensive. The bag of charcoal, I bought one yesterday, is 8,000 naira now. And do you know how many trees they will cut to make one bag? In the same country that is sitting on at least 2 billion tons of coal, that you can convert coal to smokeless coal briquettes to replace firewood. Smokeless gives more energy and then environmentally friendly material. But we do nothing about it. Even the fossil fuels, all your solar plants, if you do electric car today, how will you move the electric car? It's not by charging the car. How will you charge the car? Where did that electricity that is going to charge the car going to come from? So is there something like that? If you want to do electric car now, a typical electric car now will require more, 4 times at least, more minerals than a normal car. Copper wares. You have to have more wares. Where will you get the copper? You have to do the ground to mine the copper. The battery that you are going to do, where will you get the lead? You have to do the ground to get the lead, to do the battery, or the lithium, or whatever it is. So we are just deceiving ourselves, going in circles. We want to attain something, but what we need to get there is actually the same thing that we are running away from. So it is a very controversial field of conversation, but I wish him, the author, would be here to really brainstorm with our intellectuals here and reach this. Maybe it can touch the minds of our leaders. So I don't think we need to open this thing for only that to thank the Keza for doing the best he can in representing Professor Bakar Sambo. And please convey our appreciation to him and tell him that we are looking forward to the best time, another time when he himself will be here in person and get it. This is what a discourse on its own, a university discourse to present these issues and discuss them. Thank you very much, Mr. Keller, for this. So I think you can ask.
Thank you very much, sir. And thank you very much, Dr. Kaisan, for conclusively concluding your conclusions. And distinguished ladies and gentlemen, with the permission of the chairman, we move to the next item, which is a citation and presentation of prestigious awards of excellence to recipient. And like we have already established, some of the recipients are not here in person. So those who are not here in person, for those who are not here in person, their citations will not be taken, but those who are here present will take the citations. And the first recipient under this category is His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kaduna State, Senator Obasani, who is here ably represented by the Director General, Kaduna State Schools Quality Assurance Authority, Professor Usman Abubakar Zaria. Please a round of applause. And to present this award, may I invite the Vice Chancellor of Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, Professor Adamu Ahmed, who is here ably represented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor Administration, Professor Bello Sabo. Come to Swiss, huh? Yes, yes.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kaduna State, ably represented by Professor Usman Abubakar Zaria, the DG Quality Assurance, Kaduna State. This is a presentation in recognition of your outstanding and unwavering support, dedication, and invaluable contribution towards academic excellence and scholarship, particularly in physical sciences disciplines, as well as community development in Kaduna State. We truly appreciate your efforts, Your Excellency, and their resultant positive impact to the good people of Kaduna State in particular and Nigeria in general. Congratulations. It is my singular privilege and honor to present this to you on behalf of Nigerian Society of Physical Sciences. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. The next recipient is His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kano State, Engineer Abba Kabir Yusuf. Okay, he's unavoidably absent. The next is Right Honorable Garbadati Babao, APC National Vice Chairman Northwest. And with the permission of the chairman, I would like to quickly take the citation of the recipient before the presentation of the award. You can come forward, sir. You can come forward. Citation of Honorable Garbadati Babao, born and raised in Sabangari local government area of Kaduna State, Honorable Babawo's values were shaped by a cultural, diverse environment and strong moral upbringing. Since his election to the House of Representatives in 2007, he has earned a reputation for principled representation, inclusive politics, and commitment to democratic consolidation in Nigeria. Academically, he is well-grounded, holding a master's degree in international affairs and diplomacy from Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, alongside qualifications in management and geography from Bayero University, Kano. His education informs his legislative style, marked by research-driven policy-making and strategic engagement. Before elective politics, Honorable Babawo served in academia, town planning, teaching, and the private sector, including as a lecturer at the Nigerian Defense Academy and national sales manager at the Premier Seeds Nigeria Limited. These experiences gave him a practical understanding of governance, security, agriculture, and grassroots development. Legislatively, he has been highly active, serving in the Kaduna State House of Assembly and later at the National Assembly, where he contributed to constitutional review, international parliamentary engagement, and key national debates. His leadership of sensitive committees, such as investigations into Nigeria's refineries and the screening of service chiefs, highlight his courage, independence, and commitment to accountability. Since 2019, as chairman of the House Committee on Ports and Harbors, he has driven reforms aimed at modernizing Nigeria's maritime sector and improving revenue generation. Continuous executive training and global institutions such as Oxford, Brookings, and Chicago both further strengthen his governance outlook. Beyond legislation, the citation emphasizes his tangible constituency and educational interventions, such as construction and renovation of schools, scholarships, ICT support for youth, strengthening of Islamia education, and major contributions to Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, including funding for accreditation and academic infrastructure. Politically, he served as Vice National Chairman, Northwest of the APC, where he played a stabilizing and reconciliatory role. Despite his national stature, the citation underscores his humility, access, and sustained connection to his grassroots base. Overall, the document portrays Honorable Garbada Babawo as a model of principled leadership, demonstrating how knowledge, integrity, and compassion can be harnessed for effective representation and nation building in Nigeria. The Chairman, Sir, the Vice Chancellor, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I present to you our next recipient of today's Awards of Excellence, Right Honorable Garbada Babawo, APC National Vice Chairman, Northwest.
Upgraded Bosa! Upgraded Bosa!
There are no comrades in physical sciences.
Thank you very much, MC, for that wonderful citation of the Honorable. The Honorable, sir, on behalf of Nigerian Physical Society, Nigerian Society of Physical Sciences, it is my privilege and honor to present to you, of course, in collaboration with Ahmadu Bello University Zaria. It is my singular privilege and honor to present this Award of Excellence to you, Right Honorable Galvadeti Muhammad Babawo, APC National Vice Chairman Northwest, in recognition of your outstanding support, dedication, and contribution towards academic excellence and scholarship, particularly in physical sciences disciplines in the Northwest. We truly appreciate your effort and their resultant positive impact to the good people of the Northwest in particular and Nigeria in general. Congratulations. Today, 10th of February 2026. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. The next recipient is the Vice Chancellor of the prestigious Ahmadu Bello University Zaria. Reciprocity, sir. The next recipient is the Vice Chancellor of the prestigious Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, Professor Adamu Ahmed, ably represented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor Administration, Professor Bello Sabo. And to present this award, may I invite the chairman of today's occasion, Professor Ibrahim Garba, to please come forward and help in the presentation of the award to the Vice Chancellor, sir.
the Nigerian Society of Physical Sciences, in collaboration with Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, is happy to make this award of excellence to distinguished Professor Adam Ahmed, the Vice Chancellor of Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, in recognition of your outstanding commitment, dedication, and support, and invaluable contribution focused on physical sciences and exemplary leadership qualities towards enhancement of general well-being of staff and students of Ahmadu Bello University Zaria. We truly appreciate your effort and the resultant positive impact to the university that you have made. Thank you very much.
Upgraded Babamu.
All the comrades in physical sciences are in C never dry region, so calm down. Thank you very much, sir. Congratulations, sir. And before we proceed, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I acknowledge the presence of the Chief Security Officer of Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, Malam Ashiru Tijani Zambu. You're welcome, sir. And then also, let me also acknowledge the presence of someone who came all the way from Germany to attend this conference. I mean, there are provisions for people to participate virtually, but he decided to come physically. Mr. Anthony Emmanuel, you're welcome, sir. You're welcome, sir. Next, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, is remarks by His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kaduna State, Senator Malam Ubasani, GCUN, who is here ably represented by the Director General, Kaduna State Schools Quality Assurance Authority, Professor Usman Abubakar Zaria. Please let's also put our hands together for him.
Upgraded Bosa.
The Vice Chancellor, Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, ably represented by the DVC admin, Professor Bello Sabo, our Royal Father of the Day, Ambassador Ahmad Nuhu Bamadli, ably represented here, Right Honorable Garba Deti Babao, the Vice Chairman, APC National, the Northwest Zone, the former Vice Chancellor, Ahmadu Bello University, Professor Ibrahim Garba, and the President, ABU Alumni, the Chairman, Local Organizing Committee, distinguished faculty members, including eminent professors and trailblazing researchers and scientists, other members of the high table, and I can see some important personalities comfortably sitting in the crowd. Our great student, the dynamic, vibrant, Aluta-driven student of Ahmadu Bello University, and of course, academically driven. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to you all. The Executive Governor of Kaduna State, His Excellency, Senator Ubasani CON, has actually wanted to be here in person, but for some exigent official matters, he's unable to be here with us. So while he is not here with us in person, he is certainly here with us in spirit, wishing us well, wishing us successful and fruitful deliberations in the hours to come, and He asked me to convey a brief remark on his behalf, which is what I want to go through now. So, it is my honor to represent His Excellency, the Governor, Senator Obasani, the Executive Governor of Kaduna State, at the 4th International Scientific Conference of the Nigerian Society of Physical Sciences, organized in collaboration with Ahmadu Bello University Zaria. His Excellency warmly appreciates the invitation to serve as special guest of honor and is deeply grateful for the prestigious award of excellence conferred on him in recognition of his support, dedication, and contributions to science education and community development in Kaduna State. He considers this honor not as a personal achievement, but a reflection of his administration's firm belief in science as a driver of societal progress. The Governor is particularly encouraged by the confidence expressed by the organizers of this, that his presence would inspire and boost the morale of scholars, researchers, and students. This affirmation reinforces his resolve to continue promoting academic excellence, scientific inquiry, and scholarship, especially within the physical sciences. The theme of this conference, From Labs to Lives, harnessing the prospect of physical sciences in tackling Nigeria's economic, security, and energy crisis, aligns strongly with His Excellency's governance philosophy. He believes that the solutions to Nigeria's most pressing challenges must be rooted in rigorous research, innovation, and the effective translation of scientific knowledge into real-life impact. This is why Governor Obasani maintains a deliberate and enduring relationship and partnership with Ahmadu Bello University Zaria. His administration engages regularly with the university leadership, supports security within and around the campus, improves infrastructure serving ABU communities, and draws on ABU scholars in advisory and reform initiatives, including, and this is very important, including the appointment of some ABU academics to strategic positions within the Kaduna State government. Kaduna State policies are increasingly aligned with research outputs from institutions like ABU, particularly in science, energy, technology, agriculture, and education. Furthermore, His Excellency remains firmly committed to supporting Kaduna State indigents studying at Ahmadu Bello University Zaria through scholarships and other education-focused interventions aimed at strengthening access, equity, and opportunity. Above all, the Governor holds Ahmadu Bello University Zaria in high esteem as a strategic partner in building skilled, secure, and prosperous Kaduna State, both now and for generations to come. So, on behalf of the Governor, I commend the Nigerian Society of Physical Sciences and the University for the clarity of vision and intellectual depth reflected in the design of this conference. And we reaffirm our enduring commitment to advancing the shared journey of partnership, excellence, and national service. Thank you very much. And God bless.
Thank you very much, sir. And distinguished ladies and gentlemen, next, before we proceed, may I acknowledge the presence of the Director General, Nigerian Institute of Leather Science and Technology, Dr. Awal Mustafa Imam. You're welcome, sir. And quickly, may I invite for another remarks, Right Honorable Garba Datti Babao, APC National Vice Chairman Northwest. Please let's put our hands together for him while he also comes for his remarks. Thank you. the Executive Governor of Kaduna State, ably represented by Professor Usman Abubakar Zaria, the Chairman of the occasion, Professor Ibrahim Garba, former Vice Chancellor, the Chief Host, Professor Adam Ahmed, ably represented by DVC admin, Professor Bello Sabo, the Chairman or the President, ABU Global Alumni, Alaji Adamu Fakabura, our royal fathers who represented our Emir of Zaria, other distinguished professors present here, who are so numerous to call, although I feel highly intimidated when I'm asked to come and address a gathering of this nature, especially where you are encircled by professors all over. I'm even lucky that they are not wearing that intimidating academic gown and that cap. So even with that, I think I can have solace. Here, I have my own two professors. I have the ageless Professor Binta Abdul Karim, who was my lecturer in 1981 in Zaria. That time with our late president, President Ahmadu Bello was a lecturer in chemistry. And looking just behind her, there is Professor Umar. In the other hand, he was my student. So I'm sure with them, I have some protections. First of all, sorry, before I go to, I just want to commend Professor Ibrahim Garba, who I worked with closely when he was the Vice Chancellor. I always come to find out what's the problem of ABU. And we have seen his dynamic reforms, which is very profound, and an enduring legacy that he left. It's because of that we are even here today for the fourth edition of this gathering. And while he was speaking, he made mention of something, because I thought mathematics is the leader. But as he said, if you look at the world today, the world is in crisis. Why? Because of rare earth minerals, because of lithium, because of other minerals. That's why American, Chinese, Russians, everybody is scrambling. So this is where the geologists, yes, identified by geologists. So thank you to the organizers. I don't have much to say because physical science is the basis for any development anywhere in the world. You can shape the world, you can change the world. Previously, when they are ranking world universities, you find out that the first 10, 20, 100 are mainly universities that are Western based. But the world is changing very fast. Now, out of the 10 best universities, 8 of them are from China. Out of the 25 best universities in physical science, 24 are from China. And ABU, as other speakers have said, is ahead naturally. I could remember I've seen on several occasions where ABU students represented Nigeria in international mathematics Olympiads in China and made significant impact. I hope I'm right.
Yes,
I'm not
sir.
exaggerating.
Yes, sir.
So this is something that has to be recognized. I'm sorry to say, although my citation has been read, when I was invited, I know I'm just a peripheral physical scientist because I read geography before I made seismic change to social science, which is easier for me. So, I know I made some modest contribution in the development of this university. The first time was in 2012 when we came here. We learned that they did not admit students for medicine. So I have to approach the then Vice Chancellor, Professor Mustafa, to find out what's happening. The Pioneer Medical Student School in the whole northern Nigeria don't admit students again. What's the problem? And he told me, which I asked him to write and bring it to me in the National Assembly, which I facilitated 1 billion naira then for the construction of medical clinical student hostel. Then my second intervention, I know I built just some few years back a lecture theater in Division of Agricultural Colleges. I've donated computers, about 50, to the Department of Mathematics. I've established 3 secondary schools, which one is the new government-day secondary school here in Samaru, because Samaru is the first community of ABU, but they don't have a secondary school. The masses have to go to other places to attend. So we build one for them. We establish computer centers, we give scholarships, and the most important thing, I made the ABU Amendment Act in 1913, especially in the area of appointment of pro-chancellor, because no academic qualification was attached then. Said we cannot have a pro-chancellor of a university that doesn't have a university degree. So we have to amend that act to accommodate that both the chairman and the governing board must at least have a first degree, which is the amendment. The second amendment, we have 2 research institutes here. One, NILES and NARIT. They are only existing under decree number 71 as decree number 10 of 1971. So in conformity with the democratic norms of the country, we decided to make them autonomous and do their own separate laws to guide their activities. And the other one, I was instrumental. I was part of the people that brought the bill for the establishment of Federal College of Education in Zaria, Kano, Alban Ikuku, and Adeyemi College of Education, which was cancelled earlier and now revived. So, so before I conclude, and before I even show my appreciation, I would like to make a formal protest. Professor Vice Chancellor, sir, I was with the speaker on Saturday, I think 31st of this month. Convocation was going on. Where with him? We don't even know, because before, if there is convocation, even from Kaduna, you know that something is happening in Zaria. We are not aware he was not invited. The whole speaker. And I know we have spoken a lot about this university, which I think, even the last budget, I think he's put project of about 8 billion or so. So it's not somebody you can neglect. There must be synergy between the academics and the politicians for that development. Please take this for future correction. And finally, I have to show my appreciation for this fiscal science conference for deeming it fit to honor me. I assure you, I will not take this honor for granted. I really cherish it and appreciate it. I have a lot of things. I have to cancel everything to attend this important occasion. Thank you very much. Long life ABU, long life Kaduna State, long life Nigeria.
Honorable, I think there must have been a communication gap along the line because we are sure we have dispatched invitation. In fact, even yesterday, I was with one of his aides, in person of the chairman of Zaria local government, and we discussed the same issue. So I think it must be, and we understood because we thought that maybe because of the engagement with the, yes, but I thought because of the engagement of the visiting vice president who was there for an event at Tudumbili, because we were made to understand. So that was why, otherwise maybe we'll have placed a call to even find out, because we didn't know he was around actually. But what I want to say is that it is not intentional. We have dispatched invitation, and we sincerely apologize for that. And going forward, we are going to correct it. Thank you very much. In fact, while you are delivering that, also I want to request that you remind him that we have 2 letters before him, seeking for his audience so that we can pay a courtesy visit to him. And we are looking forward to meet, we have been looking forward for an opportunity to meet him. So please, I want you to convey that so that as soon as we get there, we'll go and pay him a courtesy visit. Yeah, so that we'll discuss more issues. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Vice Chancellor. Please, let me add a word. Honorable Babao, you know, many people don't know, I want to expose you small. You know, I'm saying this because any one of us can find himself in a position that in future that matters. This is a friend of Ahmadu Bello University. When he was in the house, you know, we vice chancellors go to them to go to the house committees on this. Honorable Baba will be the person that will come, even if it's not his committee, to make sure that ABU is attended to and is not humiliated. He will be there. Whether it's budget defense, federal character, he will, unless if he's not around, he will make himself present. I will tell the chairman that this is ABU, it's my own. Don't touch it. I'm telling you, this is the kind of person he is. Where he's unable, then he will now be upset, then they will deal with us. But only on rare occasions. But Honorable Baba certainly loves Ahmadu Bello University. Of course, this is his constituency. So I think whatever you say will be taken with very high value. And we also rely on you to correct the corrected also where necessary, because you are part of us. Thank you very much. So MC, what next now? Investiture. Have you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
Investiture. Please, is Professor Olabode Matthias Bamibola here? This is citation of Professor Olabode Matthias Bamibola standing before you. Professor Olabode Matthias Bamibola is a highly distinguished Nigerian mathematician and a leading authority in optimization, mathematical modeling, and computational mathematics. He has devoted almost 4 decades for teaching, research, and academic leadership at the University of Ilorin, where he joined the Department of Mathematics as an assistant lecturer in 1986 and rose through the ranks to become the Professor of Mathematics in 1999. Professor Bamibola before you holds a BSc Education in Mathematics in 1982, MSc in Mathematics in 1984, that was when I was born, and a PhD in Mathematics in 1989. All earned through rigorous training that laid the foundation for his lifelong contributions to numerical analysis,
optimization theory, and applied mathematical modeling. For more than 3 decades, he has taught an exceptional broad range of undergraduate and postgraduate courses, including calculus, linear algebra, differential equations, numerical analysis, optimization theory, mathematical modeling, operations research, and computational optimization, shaping generations of mathematicians, engineers, and scientists across Nigeria and beyond. Professor Bamigbola is one of the Africa's most accomplished supervisors in applied and computational mathematics. He has supervised over 100 undergraduate projects, more than 35 master's dissertations, and over 20 PhD theses. Please, you can do better. Thank you. Many of which produce internationally published research. Among his doctoral graduates is Dr. Tolulope Latunde, one of the co-founder and trustee of this noble society, Nigerian Society of Physical Sciences. His research spans large-scale optimization, nonlinear conjugate gradients and trust region methods, power system modeling, epidemic modeling, financial system, and biomathematical systems. He is widely recognized for developing new high-order conjugate gradient algorithm, convergence, critical, and Gauss-Seidel iterations, and optimization techniques for electric power transmission, disease controls, and industrial system. He has published over 90 scholarly work in high-quality international journals, edited volumes, and referred conference proceedings. Standing before you is Professor Bamigbola, who has led and participated in numerous international research collaborations. Through prestigious fellowship and grants, he has undertaken research visits to the University of Kansas, USA, University of Witwatersrand, University of Cape Town, and University of KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa, which is my university, as well as Kampala International University, Uganda. He is a recipient of major award from European Mathematical Society, Simons for Africa, International Mathematical Union, Commission for Developing Countries, and African Mathematics Millennium Initiative, AMMI. Within the University of Ilorin, Professor Bamigbola has served in several senior leadership roles, including Head of Department of Mathematics, Coordinator of Postgraduate Programs, Senate Member, and Chair of Departmental National and International Lecture Programs. He has played a central role in curriculum development, accreditation, and academic quality assurance at both university and national levels. At the national and international level, he has served as external examiner, external assessors for professorial promotions, NUC accreditations, panel members, journal editor, and peer review for leading mathematics journals. He is also a regular conference keynote speaker and workshop facilitator in applied and industrial mathematics. Professor Bamigbola is a fellow of Mathematical Association of Nigeria and a member of International Mathematical Union, African Mathematics Union, Nigerian Mathematical Society, Society for Industrial and Applied Mathematics, and American Mathematical Society. Please a round of applause for Professor Bamigbola. His academic career reflects a rare blend of theoretical depth, computational innovation, and practical relevance, making him one of the most influential applied mathematicians in Nigeria and sub-Saharan Africa today. Thank you very much.
On this day, at the 4th International Conference of NSPS, the society decorated you as a fellow of the society. Congratulations. Okay, in such a case, we always want family members to join. we're glad that he was able to meet with his wife. So please, can you join us here? So they said there is, you are a student. Oh, we are very glad. We have a student in Zaria here. So it's a special day for the HOD Computer Science. Nigerian Society of Physical Science presented a fellowship award to Professor Olabode Matthias Bamibola on February 10th, 2026. Congratulations, sir. And this is the certificate of honor to complement the plaque. So, sometimes, this time last year, I was also conferred the fellowship, so I'm glad to have you in our midst. And the good thing about the society is that the fellowship is not for sale. Yeah, they pick those who deserve it. So when I first got the letter, I thought it was a scam because I wasn't willing to pay for an hour. And they said it's free. I was like, are you sure? And it happened. So please, let's work hard and we'll be fellow of the society.
Congratulations, sir. Okay.
Congratulations, the newest fellow. Come on, shake now. Hey, shake the vice chancellor. Congratulations. Yes. Yes. Mr.
Congratulations, sir. Yes, sir.
Mr. President, congratulations.
Mr. President, they're talking to you.
Who is the president?
The president is here, sir.
Congratulations for this honor. And I commend you because you don't dish out this fellowship anyhow. Just one in a conference is really commendable. Even if you give 2, 3, it's still okay, but not chain of fellows. So whoever wears that thing, fellow, amoka.com, at amoka.com, I know them. Then I know it's well deserved. Congratulations. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. Next is a recognition of PhD prize winners and conferral of life membership. And the winners are Dr. Paul Oyeyuola Adeshina, Physics and Astronomy. Please come out. Dr. Timile Gideon Shaba, Mathematics and Statistics. Dr. Temitayo Olamide Ale, Earth Sciences. Dr. Bello Alhaji Buhari, Computer Science. Dr. Temitope Ogunno Pebi, pardon my pronunciation, Chemistry. And then we also have investiture of new life members of NSPS. We have a... Okay, all right. HD President.
Yeah, thank you. This award, which we have designed to recognize PhD scholars in Nigeria. We started, this is the third edition of the award. And the first two we did, the selection of this third one is different from how we have been doing it, how we did the other two. For this third one, we set up a committee headed by Professor Abdulmalik Amaka himself and others to select the best among those who applied, because we advertised and we asked Nigerian scholars to apply. So people applied, and the people being presented today were found to be the best among those who applied. So it is in recognition of the research. People do research, they spend sleepless nights doing research, and we all know how difficult researches are. We need to recognize them one way or the other, and that's what we are doing today. Thank you. This is for physics and astronomy.
Sorry, President.
Yes, sir.
I think there's a commission.
Okay, sir.
You need to know them where they're coming from. You know them.
They are free fees.
Because, no, go see Dr. Paul, where is he from?
Okay.
It's good to know.
Okay. So the prize in physics and astronomy given to Dr. Paul Oyeyiola Adesina, a doctoral graduate of Redeemers University, in recognition of his outstanding PhD thesis entitled Vibrational Dynamics of Driven Oscillators with Phase Modulated Potential Structures. So he's given the thesis today. Publications, he has published from his thesis in Physical Review E. 2 papers has been published from that work. So which means it has internationally recognized face. Yeah, they all right. The prize goes with cash award. All right.
It's already written here.
It's written. It's written. So, aside from being given the cash award, he will be given a life membership of the Nigerian Society of Physical Sciences. Meaning from today on, he is a member of the Physical Society, no need to pay annual dues, for life. For life. Let's present the things. Next one. Next one.
For mathematics and statistics, we present the prize in mathematics and statistics. This award is hereby conferred upon Dr. Timileyin Gideon Shaba, a doctoral graduate in Landmark University, Nigeria, in recognition of his outstanding PhD thesis entitled New Derivation of Q Differential and Q Convolution Operators on Certain Subclasses of Analytical Functions. The thesis was highly commended for its exceptional mathematical rigor and for its substantive contribution to complex analysis, geometric function theory, Q series, and special functions. Dr. Shaba obtained his bachelor in mathematics from the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta in 2017, and earned his master's degree from the University of Ilorin in 2022. He completed his PhD in mathematics in 2025 in recognition of his research productivity. He has also received several award publications in high-impact journals, which has been ranked among leading contributors to mathematical research in Nigeria and Africa beyond. I present to you Dr. Shaba Timileyin Gideon. A round of applause for Dr. Shaba. The next recipient is the prize on Earth Sciences. The prize in Earth Sciences is yearly conferred upon Dr. Temitayo Olamide Ale, a doctoral graduate of Adekunle Ajasin University, Akungba Akoko, in recognition of his outstanding PhD research entitled Geochemical, Geotechnical, Geophysical and Hydrogeochemical Modeling of Contaminant Flow from dump sites around Owo and the Kare Akoko, southwestern Nigeria. The study was highly commended for its methodological rigor and for its strong relevance to environmental geosciences and hydrogeology, particularly in addressing contamination pathways in complex geological settings. Dr. Ale earned his bachelor degree in geology from Adekunle Ajasin University in 2013 and obtained a Master's of Technology in Hydrogeology and Engineering Geology from Federal University of Technology, Akure in 2018. He completed his PhD in 2025 and is currently engaged in teaching and research in geological sciences. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Dr. Temitayo Olamide Ale. Next is the award on computer science. Thank you very much. The next prize is in computer science. The prize in computer science is hereby conferred upon Dr. Bello Alhaji Buhari, a doctoral graduate of Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, in recognition of his outstanding PhD thesis entitled Web-Based User Authentication and Access Control, an enhanced multi-factor biometric cryptographic scheme based on client file and S13 quantum key distribution protocol. The research was highly commended for its strong technical originality and for addressing critical contemporary challenges in cybersecurity, secure authentication, and cryptographic system. Dr. Buhari obtained his bachelor degree in computer science in 2000 and his master's degree in 2009, and completed his PhD in computer science with specialization in cybersecurity in 2025. A lecturer since 2004, he has made significant contribution to teaching, research, and academic mentorship, with research interests focused on cybersecurity, authentication framework, and cryptographic protocol. A round of applause to Dr. Buhari. Quickly, I would like to call on Dr. Paul Oyeyola Adesina to come back to stage so that he can take his pictures and his award.
Congratulations. Congratulations to all the awardees. Congratulations to all the awardees. Next, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, is closing remarks by the chairman. Closing remarks, sir. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have the permission of the chairman to invite the secretary of the local organizing committee, Professor Abdul Ghaffar Abdul Malik Amoka, to please come forward for the vote of thanks.
The representative of the governor, my very good friend, we're glad to have you. Right Honorable Garabadati, popularly called Babao, we are very glad to have you. I'm so happy when my Oga, the former vice chancellor, was speaking. I was saying, you are a true friend of the university. The MER representative, our chief host, who has given us a very big support to ensure that this conference get to where it is today. Every represented by the DVC admin that we have met several times. I admire your friendliness and humility. We're glad to have you here. And the former Vice Chancellor and the last VC from Physical Science, Professor Ibrahim Garaba, we are glad. No, hey, for now, we are going to, no, maybe I'll be the next VC from Physical Science. So, so we're glad to have you here. And in fact, he got here around 9 a.m., so he was so good at watching his time. The president of the alumni, we have talked for several times, and I'm glad that we eventually met. He was also a great alumni of the university. The keynote representative, he was also represented by my very good friends who were very happy. And the host, my dean, thank you for all your efforts. The local organizing, the co-host, all the head of department give us a very big support. We are very glad. All the invited guests, we are happy that you are able to make it here. The local organizing committee, they've done a great job, as it has been a tough one for the past couple of months, and we're glad that we're able to pull it through. And you can't have a conference without participants. So we're very glad that we have this reasonable participants, and we have participants from several states, from the east, from southwest, and one person from outside the country. It's truly an international conference. We're happy to have you here. And as we get this official ceremony towards an end, we want to remind you that there's still more to come, which is the real business of the day, the physical, the technical session. So we're going to announce where we will meet tomorrow so that we can get on with the business of the week. We're glad to have you here, all the audience. We're glad to have you here. And we hope that next time we come, you will be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have finally come to the end of this, or rather, we have finally come to the end of the opening ceremony of the 4th International Scientific Conference, Hybrid Zazautu 2026 of the Nigerian Society of Physical Sciences in collaboration with Ahmadu Bello University Zaria. My name is Ahmad Waziri from the Public Affairs Directorate, Office of the Vice Chancellor here in Ahmadu Bello University Zaria. It is very important. We started with prayers. It's also very important that we close with prayers, please. And then after the closing prayers, we'll snap a group photograph here. May we take 30 seconds to pray according to individual faith, please. I mean, amen. I wish us all a fruitful deliberations. But before we go, please, group photograph here.